next up, we had T-Bone over at Charlie's Bar, who took home $1,133.
Then Jer 5 over at the Country Lounge took home $917.
Nicely done. And then longtime player Fred Trisha over at Moe's got to take home $615.
Then Nicole 1239 over at Welsh's Big Ten Supper Club taking home $1,033.
Yeah, split up a nice big jackpot with Slappy over at American Legion Fridley, who also got to take home $1,033.
And then that final jackpot on Friday went out to DM Team over at Roosters 2, taking home $1,057.
Nicely done. And then Saturday got started off right with Wolfstein over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, who took home $759.
And then the largest jackpot of the entire weekend, of the entire season 12 so far.
Oh, yes.
We got Tesla over at Friends Bar and Restaurant, who took home $34,850.
Wow, we nicely done, Tesla. But next up, we also had What's Our Name over at Halfley's Bar, who took home $678.
And then the final jackpot of Saturday went out to Susie Q over at VFW St. Cloud, taking home $837.
Nicely done. But Sunday got started off right with Yup over at Bleachers, who took home $11,927.
Not bad for a second largest jackpot of the weekend. We also had White Claw over at Blue Moon Bar and Grill, taking home $739.
That's right. And our final jackpot that went out this past weekend went out to Foster Fam over at Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, who got to take home $878.
Well, make sure you guys are coming out for all those games to make sure you're winning jackpots, getting on this list. Make sure you're signed up at pgl.world so we can be sending out you guys all that information. And hopefully when you guys are playing Pilot games, your community wins.
Hey everybody, welcome to Twins Wednesday. I am John and I'll be hosting this awesome specialty PGL night. But of course, you guys know we are streaming right now on Pilot TV, the Pilot Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, and on the Twitch app too. Our channel name on both of those places is MegaSota. So be sure to check us out on all of our streaming locations. If you do, and you check in and leave a comment, I will personally send you out a little bit of Pilot Games luck. So definitely go ahead and do that. But it looks like we are dropping right in to our very first game. Let's take a look at where we're going to be at. We don't have any early leaders quite yet, but you can see some of the prizes on the bottom of the screen. 6th through 10th is going to be getting $20. That's some awesome stuff. And it looks like we got our early leaders, but you can see the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th prizes as well. 1st being $100, 2nd being $100, 3rd being $50, 4th being $30, and 5th being $20. But we got a first place person so far. We got Tony M over at the Barrel House Bar and Cafe taking first place right off the bat. Hey, early shakeup happening already. We got Leo over at JB's Tavern in Wanamingo taking it away. But of course, we are, racing to the finish line. We only got about, about 9 minutes on this. About 9 minutes, 8 minutes, and 44 seconds left. So definitely try and, you can either use all your plays up at the very get-go. I mean, that's the strategy that I respect 100%. Or you can kind of draw them out and, wait until the last couple minutes to really start putting your plays out there. But that comes with a little risk, and I'll tell you why. Because once you get to the end of this game, you can't use up all the rest of your plays. They just kind of vanish into thin air. So definitely keep that in mind if you're going for the risky route. You want to get every single play out before, honestly, if I were you, I'd get them out well before 30 seconds away from the end of the game, just to make sure there's no, this play is taking forever to do. I can't get to my next one. So definitely keep that in mind and try and get all your plays out in a timely manner. But you may be watching this right now on a Pilot TV, and we've been sending them out all over Minnesota, and it's been an awesome time doing so. And these are the most recent locations that have been getting some Pilot TVs. We're going to give them a shout out and, of course, sprinkle a little bit of beginner's luck over there for those brand new beginners Pilot TVs. But starting it off, we got Arcade Bar, Trax Bar and Grill, Bleachers, and of course the Dog House in Maplewood, all getting some brand new Pilot TVs. So definitely some really cool stuff going on. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them. But while you are watching on them right now, you might have seen a lot of jackpots go out yesterday, because we had 3 pretty decent jackpots go out to 3 separate players. But before I get into those, they contributed for the totals of this season, and of course for the week too. So right now we're at 18 jackpots for the rolling week and 84 jackpots for all of season 12. It's been some crazy stuff so far this season. We've been handing out jackpots like crazy. I know hey, speaking of crazy, Crazy Kid himself, he's been amounting a ton of jackpots on his own, probably amounting for like half of the jackpots we've won this season. But of course, we do have some more stuff to get into. I mean, you could be winning jackpots right now in our bingo games and our PGL games and stuff, or you could also be winning jackpots in our ETAB games too. We got a ton of awesome ETAB games you guys can check out. We've been releasing a ton of new ETAB games this year, and the most recent one that we've released is Later Gator. You can check out the Gator Bait bonus round within that game and shoot the biggest gator to win some of the biggest prizes. It's some pretty cool stuff. Definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. We love hearing your feedback about all the things here at Pilot Games. But of course, if you want to know when brand new games like Later Gator come out, right when they come out, or if you want to know when PGL nights like this are happening, give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games and you will see our logo. That way you can see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and a lot more than that too. So definitely a lot of good stuff going on our Facebook. You can also take a look at our bio, or biography on Facebook. You can click the website link on our Facebook biography to see our link tree. It has links to bar locations you can play Pilot Games at all across Minnesota, other social media pages like Twitter and Instagram, and of course a lot more than that too. But if you can't find exactly what you're looking for when you're strolling across our Facebook page, you can always give us a message and we'll be more than happy to help you out with whatever you got going on. So definitely don't be afraid to message us. We're pretty nice people here at Pilot Games. But you may be thinking now, okay, well, I know all the social media stuff. What are we doing every single day? I'm about to let you know what exact bingo games we're playing all throughout the week. So we start off every single bingo day with 10 games of Twins Bingo, the 25-cent edition. We play those 10 games from 12 to 1 p.m. And during that time, we can get a chance at that $4,618 jackpot in 52 balls or less to win. It's some pretty good stuff in there. And of course, we were not able to give it out today, which is why I'm talking about it. So it will be appearing even bigger and better tomorrow in those Twins Bingo 25-cent cards. But right afterwards, from 1 to 4 p.m., we have the Jackpot 125-cent edition. We have a lot of awesome stuff during that time, too. That Mega Jackpot has just started to click up recently. It's at 25 grand and 45 balls or less to win. So definitely keep an eye out on it. I mean, it starts at 43 balls, so it's already clicked up 2 balls. You do not want to miss out on that Mega Jackpot win. It is ready to go out. So definitely keep an extra eye on it. And yeah, other than that, a lot of awesome prizes during that time, especially that minor jackpot. It goes out pretty frequently because it clicks up. So every $50 increment it reaches, it clicks up in ball count every time it reaches a new $50 increment. So it will start off at like $0 at 52 balls or less to win, which is pretty high to start off at. So pretty crazy stuff off the bat. But after it reaches the first $50, it gets up to 56 balls or less to win. Once it reaches $100, it gets up to 60 balls or less to win. And then finally, once it reaches $150 or more, it caps off at 64 balls or less to win, and it makes for a pretty crazy time during the 25-cent cards of Jackpot Hunter from 1 to 4 p.m. But of course, right after you're done winning a ton of minor jackpots from 1 to 4, we do have a happy hour broadcast right after that from 4 to 6 p.m. Now, during this time, we get a chance at 2 games of Lucky 4 Bingo. The first one starts things off right at 4 p.m., and you can get a chance over 24. Actually, I don't know if it gave out during the happy hour stream, but whatever the jackpot is at, you will get a chance at it. If we don't get any of those prizes out during that first game of Lucky 4 Bingo, all the ones that didn't go out, because it has a mega, major, and mini jackpot, so any of the jackpots didn't go out, we'll be moving on to the second chance of Lucky 4 Bingo, where we can get a second chance at them. So definitely some cool stuff going on during that time. But in between those 2 games of Lucky 4 Bingo, we have 23 games of Skull Bingo to get into. And it's some pretty crazy stuff during that time. Definitely don't want to miss out on those happy hour cards. But right after that, we have some more Skull Bingo to get into, the $1 edition. And we play it every day from 6 to 10 p.m. But during 6 to 10 p.m. time, you can't really earn points for the happy hour standings. So that is the drawback from that. And plus, you're kind of getting the second help, the leftovers from whatever all the players had during happy hour too. So all the prizes that they pick over during happy hour are available during the Skull Bingo $1 cards from 6 to 10 p.m. There's still some good chances at some prizes if none of them went out during happy hour. But of course, 2 nights a week though, this Skull Bingo time is interrupted a little bit, as you can tell right now. Of course, those 2 times are some PGL nights happening, and this night, it is TwinsWinsDay, as you guys know. It goes from 7 to 9 like it does every single Wednesday. Got a lot of awesome stuff happening during that time, including some awesome PGL games like we're playing right now. We're playing some tournament games, and of course, this goes all the way until 9 p.m., and at the end of the night, we get an extra game of Jackpot Jungle to get into. Some awesome stuff. It's the 25-cent cards this time around since it's TwinsWinsDay. And on the coverall jackpot of that game, in 52 balls or less to win, you could get $14,292 before anyone gets enrolled into the game. It makes for some pretty exciting stuff happening. But of course, we have another PGL specialty night that happens every single week, and it is MegaSota Game Night, the biggest gaming night of the week. It goes from 6:40 to about 8:30 every single Tuesday. Another slew of awesome PGL games during this time. It's some great stuff, and at the end of the night, after all those chances at PGL points and prizes, we get another Jackpot Jungle game. This time around, they're a little bit more serious. It's the $1 edition of Jackpot Jungle. And on that coverall jackpot in 54 balls or less to win, you could get $25,629 before anyone gets enrolled into the game again. So it's definitely some cool stuff. That prize will end up looking quite a bit bigger once everyone gets into the game. Hey, we got a winner. It's Leo over at JB's Tavern in Wanamingo. Nice job to Leo getting able to get into that first place spot. That's some awesome stuff, winning $400. But everybody 5th through 10th place is winning a $20 prize. And let's take a look at the top 5. Ruru, Veronica, Suki, and Forever. Ruru's getting 100. Veronica's getting 50, and Suki's getting 30. Awesome stuff. Great job to all the players finishing in the top 10. Guys, there's some awesome stuff happening. But now that we're done with the first tournament game, we got another one to get into, only about 4.5 minutes away from getting enrolled into it. So definitely get enrolled. Try and get a chance at it. And, of course, I actually got some national days to get into during this time. So get enrolled for a couple seconds. I'm going to read up on these national days, and we'll have a great time doing all that at the same time. First off, it's actually a really kind of an important national day, and it is National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. And on June 25th, 1950, the first war of the Cold War era erupted when North Korean forces crossed the border into South Korea. The war would end up lasting 3 years, involving troops from around the globe and costing millions of lives. National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day commemorates the end of the Korean War on July 27, 1953, and commemorates those who served during this often forgotten war. And so you may be wondering, well, why is it often forgotten? It's because it was pretty heavily overshadowed by two other very major events in history, like World War II and, of course, the Vietnam War as well. And not only that, but also all the stuff going on between the U.S. and Russia during that time, too. It was a super important war, though. It was a lot of crazy stuff happening during that time. It was very, very important to the history of the U.S., and honestly, a lot of stuff around the world as well. So it's definitely a day to educate yourself a little bit about this event and, look into it, because it is National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. So maybe if you know somebody that served during this time, let them know that, hey, I respect you for doing that. It's some, really honorable stuff. But National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day is definitely a very important one. But moving on into our other national days, this next one is a little bit more easygoing and maybe a little bit more prevalent to those of you drinking in bars right now. It is National Scotch Day. On July 27th, we recognize an aged whiskey distilled from malted barley. Make a toast on National Scotch Day, and you can share a drink with a friend. Hey, this is definitely a good day to celebrate, especially for those of you, sitting in bars across Minnesota as I speak. So maybe take right now and think if you were wondering what your next drink should be, sort of, a scotch of some kind. I don't know. Maybe make up some weird cocktail and gross out the bartender serving it to you. But let's see. I was looking up, I had the lunch hour bingo earlier today, and we were looking up, I was looking up scotch cocktails. And they have some pretty cool ones, and I'll go through them one more time, because why not? So we have 6 scotch cocktails to get into. I'll breeze through them, and we'll see which ones sound good and which ones don't really sound that good at all. So, starting it off, it is the penicillin cocktail, this is called. So, this modern classic cocktail highlights the peaty flavor beautifully. Combining scotch with lemon, honey, and ginger makes for a sort of high-class version of the whiskey sour. So it's lemon, honey, and ginger with some scotch. Interesting. I would probably try it, and I would probably not mind it, to be honest. I'm not really a hard liquor enjoyer, to be honest. So whatchamacallit, my grandpa is definitely a little bit on a different page than I am. He would enjoy making this cough syrup that had whiskey, lemon and honey in it, and he said it was better than normal cough syrup, and I'm not really too sure about that, to be honest. I think he just liked the taste of it a lot. But hey, he said it helped with his cough, so to each their own. But yeah, definitely some pretty funny stuff. So maybe try out that cocktail with the honey, ginger, lemon, and some scotch in it. And hey, you're also making my grandpa's homemade cough syrup at the same time. Just even adding just a little bit of ginger to it, probably just making it better for you. But of course, we do have only about 10 seconds left to get enrolled into this next game. Definitely get enrolled. You do not want to miss out on the total prizes totaling over $8,600. But up next, we got a little bit of something. It's called the Blood and Sand cocktail. This one sounds a little intimidating, to be honest, but let's take a look at what it is. So, it's one of the few classic cocktails with scotch from the 1920s and 30s. It's similar to a Manhattan or a Martinez, but with blood orange juice and cherry liqueur instead. It's light and semi-sweet with the balanced and cherry-forward flavor. Okay, honestly, I would probably like it. I'm going to be real. You can probably take this cocktail, I feel like, and replace scotch with literally any liquor. And I feel like you'd probably be good. But yeah, 100%. And actually, the picture, they kind of dress it up with a fancy, twisted orange peel, so it looks pretty good, too. Oh, I think they even have like a little cherry in there. Hey, okay, getting a little fancy with it. I like it. But yeah, Blood and Stain cocktail sounds pretty good to me. Let's see what else they got. Scotch sour. So this one is just, just kind of like a whiskey sour, but with scotch instead. Okay, yeah, that'd probably be pretty good. Let's see what else they got. They got the Godfather cocktail. This one has just 2 ingredients. It has amaretto and scotch. That's it. Okay, respectable. But let's see what else we got. This is, I think, all right, second to last one, and then we got the last one. So this one is called the Rob Rory cocktail. So this one, it starts off with asking, what if you're a Scotch lover and a Manhattan lover? You make the Rob Rory. The Rob Rory drink is a Manhattan cocktail made with Scotch whiskey instead of bourbon or rye. This booze-forward drink is the perfect way to enjoy a good Scotch. It's a retro slow sipper that's been around for over a century, since 1894, in fact. Hey, you can top it with a cherry, and it's the ideal way to mix up your Manhattan. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I guess if you're not really used to Scotch, you can kind of try this. It's basically just a different cocktail with Scotch in it instead. So, hey, I am not against that one. But this one is the last one, and this is definitely for Scotch lovers. It is one of the most famous Scotch cocktails of them all. It is the Rusty Nail. And this slow sipper got popular in the 60s, actually, which I didn't know. That's pretty cool. Pairing whiskey with Drambuie, a Scotch-based liqueur. All you need is 2 ingredients, and you get lots of flavor, with honey, herb, and sweet notes from the Drambuie, and, of course, a little bit of a spicy finish from the Scotch. That's pretty cool. That sounds pretty good to me, too, to be honest. Yeah, I'd probably try it. But I'm kind of not against trying, like, literally any cocktail that somebody puts in front of me, to be honest, though. I think the only ones that I really question are, like, the savory ones that people get into. Like, what's the one? Oh, my God, Bloody Mary. Why did I forget that name? That is, like, the most iconic drink name and, like, actual name of all time. That's hilarious. But, of course, we do have National Scotch Day to celebrate, so be sure to order a little Scotch cocktail next time you do. But up next, we have a little bit more of a dessert holiday to get into. So it is National Creme Brulee Day. This day on July 27th presents an opportunity to enjoy a mouth-watering custard for dessert. Since there's several different flavors, you don't want to miss out on any of them either. So let's take a look. Actually, I already looked them up, so I kind of know them off the top of my head, but I'm going to look and make sure I get them right, because there are some really interesting ones in there. I know there's like an orange and like mint one, I think, which is really weird to me, but I would probably try it, to be honest. But let's take a look at what I was looking at. And let's see. So they have 18 different creme brulee recipes to get into. All right, so 18 delicious creme brulee recipes. Let's take a look at what they got. They have lavender creme brulee, snickerdoodle creme brulee. That sounds pretty good to me. I feel like that's just, you can't really go wrong with that. It's basically just like cinnamon and creme brulee. But let's take a look at what else they got. They got salted caramel creme brulee. Okay, I respect it. The easy lemon creme brulee. I've had the lemon creme brulee before, and it's pretty good. It's like a little refreshing, I feel like, but still that just like creme brulee, like overpowering a little bit, which I like. So that one is pretty good. I recommend lemon creme brulee. Let's see. Green tea creme brulee. I've never had that one, but that would 100% be good to me. I have no doubt in my mind that I would love that. So yeah. Double thumbs up. I would definitely like that one. But keep in mind, even though I'm giving it double thumbs up, I've never had it before, and I'm just a sucker for green tea flavored anything. Up next, slow cooker creme brulee. So it's not really a flavor, but you can just make it in your slow cooker instead of double boiling it. Hey, I've never really tried that, but they are recommending it, so maybe try it out. Let us know how it goes. I definitely would like to hear about that. But up next, another flavor, the red wine creme brulee. I feel like it sounds a little weird, and it's just like, okay, at this point, we're just trying to put wine in everything. But I feel like it'd probably be good, especially if you use, like, a good red wine. Like, I'm not too sure, like, how it would taste, but I feel like it should be good. I don't know. I don't know. I have hope for it, though. Oh, okay. This is the one I saw. It wasn't mint. It wasn't mint. It was orange and mascarpone. So, mascarpone. I don't even know how you're supposed to say that to me on. Is it like mascarpone? That sounds right. I'm not even going to look it up. That sounds right to me. All right. All right. Trusting myself and moving forward. Orange and mascarpone. Creme brulee. Sounds good to me. Let's see. Breakfast creme brulee. So you're wondering, okay, like what? Eggs and bacon and a creme brulee? Ugh. No. It is a bit of oatmeal, vanilla protein powder, and some fresh strawberries. Now that sounds super good to me. That is like straight up like a breakfast. You could have that for breakfast and it'd probably be pretty good for you. Like maybe even put like a little, like, I don't know, like kind of have that for your main dish with some like sausage on the side. No, don't get meat involved in that. I don't know. I feel like on the side, if you're trying to have like a full breakfast, maybe, but no, don't listen to me. Don't do that. That would probably not be very good, to be honest. I'm thinking because I'm just thinking of trying to put like make a whole breakfast out of it. But I wouldn't want to take a bite of sausage and then go back to creme brulee bite. You know what I mean? Or even going from creme brulee to sausage. It's not good. That's not right. So ignore the sausage part. But of course, going into some more creme brulee flavors. We got the vanilla bean creme brulee. That's probably one of the more common flavored ones. Creme brulee with citrus, cardamom, and star anise. That's a little fancy. Very citrusy. I like it. Lemon creme brulee tart with chocolate crust. Yes, I would probably eat that. I would eat the heck out of that. I'm not going to lie. But let's see. Up next, I would eat this one too for sure. Creme brulee with candied peaches. Okay, now we're talking. That sounds pretty good to me too. This one is a little interesting, and I feel a lot of people will have an issue with it, is the Earl Grey creme brulee. Now, hear me out. I actually have had one like really good Earl Grey flavored thing before, and it was ice cream. So, and it was like a very simple ice cream too. So I feel like if anything, it's kind of like a frozen version of that creme brulee they make, because it was literally just like eggs, cream, sugar, and like the flavors needed for Earl Grey. So I feel like Earl Grey creme brulee, if it's not too strong of a Earl Grey flavor, I would probably like it. I would probably be pretty into it, so I'll give it a thumbs up. Earl Grey creme brulee. And it kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit too. Earl Grey creme brulee. So yeah, I'm trying to eat it. Up next, we got the chai tea creme brulee. Yep, I'd definitely eat that. Chai tea is like literally just like sweet tea. It's really good. Coconut creme brulee. Yes. Yeah, I'd probably. I don't think I would like coconut pieces in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would not really want like little shavings of coconut in it or on it even. Maybe on it just for a little garnish, but it does say that they use coconut milk instead of heavy cream. So I guess they are kind of skipping past just like shaving straight coconut in it. So if it was just like a natural coconut flavor, I'd definitely mess with that. I would like it. But we are only 30 seconds away from being done with this game. That means you have to use up all the rest of your plays. Make sure you're using up all of them. We don't want anybody falling behind or anything. Looks like Ray in 6th needs to use them up. And same with Mama K in 7th. Get those points used up and try and get maybe even into the top 5. I could see you guys both jump in a good amount. Let's see. The top 5 is looking pretty solidified, though. As we're going into this last couple seconds, let's take a look where everybody's sitting at. Were they able to? Ooh, Ray, you messed up a little bit. It's okay, though. You're in 7th. You're still in the top 10, so fret not. But you definitely could have. You might have been able to pop up a couple spots if you used all, like Mama K did. Oh, my goodness. You didn't even use all your plays, and you got into 4th place. That's not bad at all. Okay, I see you. But we do have our winner. It's Chelsea over at Tavern on the Avenue in St. Paul taking away 1st place. Nice job, Chelsea. You are taking away $120 on that one. That's some awesome stuff. 2nd place was Paul over at Chatters. 3rd was Costa Nissa over at 10 Spot Royalton. 4th was Mama K at American Legion Fridley. And 5th was Hoax over at Neighborhood Tavern. Looks like 6th was Suki. 7th was Ray. I'm not able to use all those points, but 7th is good. 8th place, we got Junebug. And 9th, we got C.A. Swan 119. nice job to you guys taking away some nice cash on that one. But of course, I am going to take a quick break. I will be right back in just a couple minutes. See you guys in a sec.
Over at Ponchos and Lefties, taking home $1,030.
Nicely done. Next up, we had T-Bone over at Charlie's Bar, who took home $1,133.
Then Jer5 over at the Country Lounge took home $917.
Nicely done. And then longtime player Fred Trisha over at Moe's got to take home $615.
Then Nicole1239 over at Welsh's Big Ten Supper Club, taking home $1,033.
Yeah, split up a nice big jackpot with Slappy over at American Legion Fridley, who also got to take home $1,033.
And then that final jackpot on Friday went out to DM Team over at Roosters 2, taking home $1,057.
Nicely done. And then Saturday got started off right with Wolfstein over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, who took home $759.
And then the largest jackpot of the entire weekend, of the entire season 12 so far.
Oh, yes.
We got Tesla over at Friends Bar and Restaurant, who took home $34,850.
Wowie, nicely done, Tesla. But next up, we also had What's Our Name over at Halfley's Bar, who took home $678.
And then the final jackpot of Saturday went out to Susie Q over at VFW St. Cloud, taking home $837.
Nicely done. But Sunday got started off right with Yup over at Bleachers, who took home $11,927.
Not bad for a second largest jackpot of the weekend. We also had White Claw over at Blue Moon Bar and Grill, taking home $739.
That's right. And our final jackpot that went out this past weekend went out to Foster Fam over at Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, who got to take home $878.
Well, make sure you guys are coming out for all those games to make sure you're winning jackpots, getting on this list. Make sure you're signed up at pgl.world so we can be sending out you guys all that information. And hopefully when you guys are playing Pilot games, your community wins.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I am back for this next game of Vikings victory. And of course, we only got a few seconds left to get enrolled. So definitely get enrolled because you do not want to miss out on some of these Vikings prizes. So we got a lot of stuff to get into. And of course, we did from last game have Chelsea at Tavern on the Avenue in St. Paul taking away $120 on that first place spot. Second place, Paul over at Chatters won $90. Third place, Costanza over at 10 spot Royalton was taking away $80. Nice job. Fourth place, it was Mama K over at American Legion Fridley, winning $60. Nice job to you, Mama K. Fifth place, it was Hoax over at Neighborhood Tavern, taking away $40. And then sixth place, it was Suki over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill, taking away $40 as well. Seventh place, Ray over at Eagles Brainerd, taking away $30. Eighth place, taking away $20, was Junebug over at Maple Liquor Store. Ninth place, also taking $20, was CA Swan 119 over at Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead. And then 10th place, also taking away $20. It was Conehead over at Mabel Liquor Store, taking away a nice prize. Awesome stuff to all the top 10 winners. You guys are doing some great stuff. But for this game, we do have on all of these prizes looking pretty good. And first, we got $111. Second is $83. Third is $74. Fourth is $55. Fifth is $37. And it looks like for sixth, we got 37 as well. Seventh is 27. And then 8th, 19th, and 10th, or 8th, 9th, and 10th is all $18. Definitely some awesome prizes for this game. And we got some early leaders in the top 5. We got Rud Dog, Philly, Karma K, all in the top 3. But we'll get back to the top 5 in a sec. We got 6th, Grick. 7th place is Ray Ray. 8th place is Jan E. And 9th is Emma Pie. But let's take a look who we got in the top 5 now. Hey, first place, mega winner. Second is Rud Dog. Third is Philly. Fourth is Karma Carey. And 5th is Butch. You guys have about 7 minutes and 41 seconds left to try and get into the top 10 or stick around in the top 10, depending on who you are. But of course, going forward now, we got a little bit more national days to get into. So let's take a look at what we got going on for today. But so far, happy National Creme Brulee Day. We got a lot of awesome creme brulee flavors. Up next, since it is a Wednesday, it is a National State Day. And on this Wednesday, it is National New Jersey Day. So, on July 27th, National New Jersey Day recognizes the third state to join the Union. Find out what's unique and captivating about the Garden State. Yeah, some pretty cool stuff. I was actually looking up earlier on that lunch hour about all the cool stuff that they do. And they have a lot of cool things going on in New Jersey. I'm not going to lie. They're known as the Diner State because they have so many diners. And they're actually Guy Fieri's 11th most visited state. So that's pretty cool, too. And because I know you were wondering, okay, diners, how many times has Guy Fieri been there? I think like 47 times, if I'm remembering right. But let's see. It's funny because there was actually straight up like a list for how many times Guy Fieri has been to each state. And there's a familiar state in the top 5. While we're on the subject, I actually want to talk about this really quick because I thought it was really funny. So, sorry, New Jersey. We'll get back to you in a second. So, in the top 5, I'll list off the top 5 really quick. In first place, it's a pretty obvious one. It's California. He's been there about 168 times to 168 different restaurants, I should say. So that's California's number 1. And then up next, it was Florida. He visited about 58 restaurants in Florida. And third place, it was Texas. Texas is an obvious, like, it gets into the top 3 no matter what. He visited 54 states in Texas. Yeah, I mean, Texas, Tex-Mex, world-famous barbecue. There's a lot of different stuff going on in Texas. So, okay, I can understand that. But in fourth place on this list, he's been to Minnesota so many times. He's been to 39 different restaurants in Minnesota. That's awesome. I mean, and it's funny. The times I've been in Minnesota. I've always had great food. It's always been great. So no surprise here. But they have a little snippet about it, which is pretty funny. They say the land of 10,000 lakes is also the land of 10,000 calorie meals. And Guy Fieri obviously is right at home among those insane offerings throughout the fine state of Minnesota. He's gotten his Polish fix at icons like Nye's, a Polonaise Room, and Kramerchuk's crammed a blue sea in his mouth and avoided the third-degree burns at Blue Door in St. Paul, and rocked a crazed combination of Filipino tradition and English pub fare at George and the Dragon. And, of course, when Triple D is in town, every day is this Minnesota State Fair, being Guy Fieri. And, of course, the Fieriest bite, if you're wondering, he liked the traditional Italian sub stacked with salami, ham, pastrami, and moss at the Herbivorous Butcher, an all-vegan sandwich shop. And you didn't see that coming. Well, Guy Fieri works in very mysterious ways. the more you try to understand him, the more it just hurts. But let's take a look what else he got going on in this one. Yeah, and then so I was talking about New Jersey. Remembered my way of thinking. So New Jersey, you may be wondering, okay, where is it on the list? It's number 11. And he actually visited 30 different restaurants in New Jersey. So pretty cool stuff. But definitely really, really cool stuff going on with New Jersey and Guy Fieri. And, of course, MegaSota. But let's take a look at some real New Jersey facts before we go forward in our National Day list. Let's take a look at what we got going on in New Jersey. So, New Jersey has the most diners in the world. Whoa! In the world? I didn't know that. I thought it was in the United States. Hold on a second. Why do they have so many diners? Okay, how most diners in the world? It is New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is crazy. Okay, so there's a little tidbit about it. It says, when you consider the need for pit stops and delicious food on the go, along with the fact that New Jersey is the most densely populated state, it should come as no surprise that the Garden State is also known as the diner capital of the world, boasting approximately 525 diners in total. That is insanity. Why do they have so many in New Jersey? Jeez. Wow, okay, hey, good for them. I say good for them. That's pretty awesome. I got to go sometime. That's hilarious. Yeah, hey, that's pretty cool. But apparently they have a most iconic diner in every state, too. So I'm going to take a look at what they got going on in New Jersey as well. And, of course, Minnesota. I want to see what they got going on there, too. So for New Jersey, I got to scroll down a little bit. They're making me work for this. Let's take a look who we got in New Jersey. Okay, we're getting to it. Okay, hey, I actually came to Minnesota first. So let's take a look at what Minnesota's got. They have the Owl's Breakfast. So a little tidbit about Owl's Breakfast. It was formed out of an old alleyway in 1950 and has been a Minneapolis staple ever since. Since it has only 13 stools, visitors will have an intimate experience over the diner's iconic corned beef hash and French toast. Just make sure to stop at the bank first, as this local favorite is a cash-only breakfast joint, as it should be, and maybe wear comfortable shoes and plan to wait on the first-come, first-served line. Hey, I am all with the cash-only stuff. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy how many how many fees come along with having cards and stuff at your restaurant. But Michigan, their diner is Fleetwood Diner. So pretty cool stuff. Fleetwood Diner. I think I've heard of that actually. So hey, pretty cool. But let's take a look at what New Jersey is, since it is New Jersey's day. Top's Diner. That's pretty cool. So it's been called the best diner in the entire country as well. Top's Diner. Interesting. Looks pretty gourmet. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I consider it a diner if it has like gourmet, food. I don't know if that's like really diner material, but hey, it's New Jersey. I'll let it slide. But of course, we do only have about 30 seconds left in this game. So be sure to use the rest of your plays if you haven't already. Dre in 6th place has to use his plays. Bodie 11 and 8th got to use their plays too. Toby in 3rd, you got to use your plays up as well. Let's take a look where we're sitting at. Only a couple seconds left. Let's see where we're going to be. Oh, doesn't look like Drake got their plays out in time. Let's take a look at what we got going on. All right, let's see it. I see this looks like it's pretty solidified now. Looks like all the plays are done processing. And I'll wait for the official, victory screen to say anything because I don't want to jinx it. There it is. We got mega winner over at Miltona Liquor Store being the mega winner of this game. Over $111 going to your pocket. Nice job. But in 2nd place, we got Rud Dog. 3rd place was Toby. 4th place was Harley. 5th place was Philly. And let's take a look who else we got in the top 10. In 6th place, we got Dre. 7th place is Painter. 8th place is Bodie 11. And 9th place, of course, is Karma Carey. Awesome stuff. Nice job for getting into the top 10, everybody. Definitely doing some great stuff. But up next, we do have a game of, look me in the eyes when I say this, it's the Lucky Sevens game coming up next. Of course, it is one of our high and low tournament games. It's a lot of fun. High and low tournament games are some of my favorite games that we play on the PGL specialty nights. It's where the top losers win the same as or I guess the bottom losers, you would say. So the worst of the bunch win the same as the best of the bunch. And honestly, I kind of rock with that a little bit. It's I like the message, you know. It's cool. You don't have to win all the time to be a winner. I like it. But of course, so definitely some cool stuff going on. So get enrolled for this next game of Lucky Sevens. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back in a sec, guys.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
Saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Hey guys, how's it going? I am back at 'em, and we are about to get into this next game of Lucky Sevens, the high and low tournament game. So definitely get enrolled for this next one. And as you guys do so, I am going to continue on through these national days we got going on. So for this next one, it is National Love is Kind Day. Definitely a very wholesome one. This day encourages you to become aware of how you are treating people, how people are treating you, and how you can become emboldened, supported, and empowered to lead the joyful and productive life that you all deserve. With improved and proper support, families can know and experience the freedom and love found in an abuse-free home. Children grow up with positive role models, and both adults and children lead more productive, happy, and mentally healthy lives. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a message I don't think anybody has a problem with. So, yeah, that's definitely some cool stuff. Love is kind, and it's good to be kind, I guess. So, yeah, Definitely a good day with a good message. Try and celebrate this one well. Maybe show a little bit more love today. I'm trying to make a little bit of an effort. Just maybe have a couple little kind gestures that you normally wouldn't make. But yeah, definitely a good one to celebrate. Never wrong to celebrate something like that. But of course, we are getting rolling in this game. We got a few early leaders. So when it flips over to the top 5, we'll take a look who we got. In first place, we got Rud Dog. Second place is Pags. Third is Johnny 5. Fourth is CBLF. Fifth is Sue. And who we got in the rest of the top 10? Ooh, in sixth place, it's Chaser. Seventh is Chrissy. Eighth is Sergeant Win. And in ninth, we got Zach. Oh my goodness, Zach Kelly got the hiccups a little bit. But now in first, we got a new leader. It's Kim Bob over at Clearwater Legion Post, 323. But of course, you're wondering, okay, like we got the current winner, like winning people right now. Who won last game? I'm gonna let you know. In that second game of Vikings victory, we had Mega Winner over at Miltona Liquor Store take away that first place prize of $111. 111. Nice job to you, Mega Winner. Second place, we had Rud Dog over at LJ's, take away $83. Third place was Toby over at Faribault Golf and Country Club, winning $74. Nice job to you, Toby. Fourth place, it was Harley over at JR's Junction, taking away $55. Nice job to you, Harley. Fifth place is Philly over at Harbor Inn and Garrison, winning $37. Sixth place is Dre over at Maple Liquor Store, taking away $37 as well. Seventh place took away $27, and it was Painter over at Johnny C's. Eighth place, ninth place, and 10th all won $18. So keep that in mind. All of them taking away $18. We got Bodie 11 over at Billy's Rockford in 8th. Ninth place was Karma Carey over at Birch Terrace Supper Club. And 10th place was Tommy C. over at American Legion Fridley. Nice job to all you winners in the top 10 of that second game of Vikings victory. But as we are now, let's take a look how many minutes we got left. We got 6 minutes and 40 seconds left on this game. So just keep in mind, use up all of your points before we end this game. So we got about 6 minutes left. Be sure to use up all the points you have by the time that 6 minutes is up. So set a little timer on your phone. I'll put 5 minutes on there. And then by that time, you should have all your plays out of the way, because you do not want to be left hanging with the rest of your plays when we approach the end of the game. But looks like Riker's on fire. They are in first place and have half their points still, half their plays still available. Let's see. Well, hey, Pags is looking pretty good. I got to give it to him. Half of their plays left. Same with Rud Dog. Like I say, they're looking some pretty good moves that they could make. Let's see who else we got. Hey, we got the top 5 losers. Shout out to you guys. We got Tiff, Curly, Jenny, Bradley's, and Dem. Awesome. That's where I would be. That's what I like to see. Let's see. But in second place, we got Player over at the Woods. So that was a pretty decent chunk of plays left. Okay. Guys, I see you, Player. Could definitely catch up into that first place spot. I could see it happening. And with fourth and fifth place also had a pretty good amount of plays left too. So they're in a pretty good position as well. Looks like Rocky has a couple plays left. Pags and Rud Dog are kind of holding on to their plays, seeing what they can do a little bit more near the end of the game. I like that move. I would probably do that too. We got some new losers. We got Bradley's, Dem, Big Bart, and Howie. All of them in last place. Nice job, you guys. Able to lose enough to get some win-ins. I like it. Let's see. Fourth is Squidly. Still has a good amount of plays. Lucky B, Player, and Riker all have plays left. Third, second, and first, respectively. Kim Bob, Rud Dog, and Pags all have plays left too. 6th, 7th, and 8th. So all of these top 10 players, they still got some plays left that they can make. Nope, no new losers, still the same one. So good job to you guys, able to stick it out. Let's see who else we got going on. Any changes? Not looking like it. Okay, all right, so continue on, you guys. We got about 4 minutes left. So make sure you get all of your plays out. We have 4 minutes. So on to the next national day, though. This next one is pretty cool. It's National Take Your Pants for a Walk Day. It is a whimsical name for a pretty good day. Today is celebrated each year on July 27th. This day is a day to get outside and go for a nice walk. Because, of course, it makes sense that where you go, of course, your pants will go too. So take your pants for a walk, go somewhere nice, maybe take one of your favorite trails, and just have a nice time outside, to be honest. I feel like it's always, a good time to just, for introspection, think a little bit. Maybe think, okay, what am I doing for the week? Or if you have an issue going on in your life, maybe take a little bit to think about it on your own. Take a nice walk through nature. Get some good deep breaths in, that type of thing always helps out. Never a bad option, I feel. Never a bad idea to go out for a nice walk and, of course, take your pants with you. So, happy National Take Your Pants for a Walk Day. Hopefully, you guys can celebrate that one pretty well. But maybe you can celebrate this next one at the same time. I'm not sure if it would really help you think about anything serious, but it's Happy National Walk on Stilts Day. So many people are much taller when they are walking around each year on this day, as it is National Walk on Stilts Day. To join in on the fun, you can get a pair of stilts for yourself, find your balance, and start practicing. So if you're, 5'7", and you ever dreamed of being 6'9", and, just being a basketball player or something, hey, it is your day to do so. Get some stilts, get on the court, see what you can do. I have a feeling your ankles might get broken pretty fast, but hey, it is what it is. You were 6'9" for like 30 minutes. What more can you ask for? So hey, definitely a good one. Happy National Walk on Stilts Day. It's an interesting one to celebrate. Honestly, like, all those people that, like, can just walk around on stilts, like, at festivals and stuff like that, it's pretty impressive balance right there. I got to hand it to them, especially when, like, when you're at Carnival or a festival or something, you're usually walking on those, like, comically large stilts, too, so they're, like, walking around on poles, basically. I'm just kind of like, okay, should be, like, an Olympic sport going on in there. But, hey, happy National Walk on Stilts Day. Respect to you stilt walkers that are experts. Pretty crazy stuff. But we only have how long do we have? About 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So keep that in mind as we go forward. Our top losers, Evie, Howie, Big Bart, and Dem, changing up a little bit. Evie taking the top spot. Riker, Squidly, Gab, and Ferg. Okay, Gab and Ferg, I like the name of the player. And Kim Bob, all of them are in the top 5. No plays left for any of them. Top 10, we got 6th place Irish with a couple plays left. Lucky Bees in 7th, Pags in 8th, and Panda 16 in 9th. So, if you have not used your plays yet, use all of them. Use them right now. You do not want to wait too long. So if you haven't used all of them, use them right now. Again, I'll say it. Use them again. So, be sure to get them out and try and get into the top 10 if you haven't already. Because everybody in the top 10 has already used their plays. So this is your chance now if you're trying to make a last-minute comeback. But now, as you guys are doing that, I got a little bit of Twins news to get into. We are about 52, or exactly 52 and 45 on the season, and a little bit of bad news regarding our last game. It was a close one, but Louis Urias, delivered a game-ending sacrifice fly in the 9th inning to bring home Andrew McCutchen as the Milwaukee Brewers edged out the Minnesota Twins 7-6 on Tuesday night. So yeah, interesting, not great. Yeah, no. Whenever the Twins lose, like I feel like we just need to get a good win streak going, and then I'll start to accept the random losses we get. I feel like right now it's a little bit too much give and go, you know what I mean, or a touch and go kind of thing, you know what I mean. Like we win 2 games and then we lose one, you know, or we win 3 games and then we lose 2. So I think we're kind of dancing a little bit too close to the edge. We need to start picking it up a little bit, picking up those games that we should be winning. But yeah, of course, the Brewers, they're about as good as we are, so it is expected to have close games like that. But enough about the Twins. We got some winners to get into. We got Riker over at All-Star Sports in St. Rosa taking away $85. Nice job, Riker. Definitely a nice win on this one. But let's take a look who else we got in the top 5. We got Squidly, or Squidliv. in second. Gavin Ferg in third. Nice job. Fourth is Player. Awesome. And fifth is Irish. Let's see. In sixth place, we got Kim Bob. Seventh place. We'll have to take a look when I get those standings. But hey, not to worry. I was talking about the Twins news, and we have that next game today. We already played it. Let's take a look at how we did. I actually wasn't updated on this one, so let's. Okay. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I have to talk about it. Okay. I have to talk about it. We lost 10-4 against the Brewers. A little bit of an uglier one, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at who got some hits in. Wow. Luis Reyes did not get a hit. Jose Miranda got 3 hits, though. Kyle Garlick got 2. Nick Gordon got 1. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Whatever. It is what it is. It's one of those things. It just happens. It happens. So one of those things. We just got to bounce back, get better. Hopefully we can take away the next game that we got. What is the next game? Let me take a look while I'm here. We got the Padres coming up. So let's take a look at how long this series is. We got 3 games coming up against the Padres for this weekend. Friday, so the day after tomorrow, we got a game at 9:40, so 8:40 for you guys. And then we got another game Saturday night at 6:15, and then another game Sunday afternoon at 3:10. So those games are going to be played this weekend against the Padres. So definitely tune in, show the Minnesota Twins a little bit of support. But as you guys know, we have teamed up with the Minnesota Twins for the ETAB game. Twins win. Anyways, we've teamed up with them for that ETAB game. You can play it today wherever Pilot games are played. And, of course, we did team up with them for the Twins Bingo game as well. And you can play that every day from 12 to 1 p.m. So definitely some cool stuff going on. And, yeah, definitely a couple ways to show the Twins a little bit of, send them over a little bit of Pilot Games luck. It's a good way to do so, I definitely would say. But, of course, speaking of the Twins and Twins Bingo and all that stuff, we got a little bit of those Twiking Zone standings to get into. And you may be wondering, okay, what is the Twiking Zone? So we take the Twins, the Twi, and then we take the Vikings, the Kings part, and then Twikings. And because half of the year it's Twins Bingo when the Twins are in season, and then the other half of the year we have Vikings Bingo during that lunch hour time when the Vikings are playing. So it's kind of a good balance. I kind of like it, to be honest. It's like a little bit of a seasonal thing. It's cool. But we mash them together and form the Twiking Zone because, you earn points for the same thing in both of those games. And so, hey, that's a little bit of history for you guys. A little bit of Pilot Games lore, if you will. But I'll get right into the players and where they're situated at in the top 10 right now. In 10th place, we got Player over at Beers Tube in Grove Heights, 23,000 points. 9th place, we got Jules over at VFW Spring Lake Park with 24,000 points. But before I go further into these standings, actually, really quick, we do have our next game coming up in only about 1 minute. And the next game is going to be another game of Vikings victory. So definitely get enrolled. You do not want to miss out on another one of Vikings victory. It's one of my personal favorites that we got going on during these PGL nights. So definitely get enrolled. Try and get a chance at it. In the meantime, I'm going to finish up these standings really quick. In 8th place, so in 10th was Player over at Beers Tube in Grove Heights. 9th was Jules over at VFW Spring Lake Park. And now 8th place is No Show over at McPete's Sports Bar and Grill, winning 27,000 points. 7th place, we got T-Bone over at Poppers with 33,000 points. 6th place is Mikey Wins over at Mama G's with 48,000 points. In 5th place, we got Red over at American Legion Fridley with 60,000 points. In 4th place, it's Nan over at Corky's Bar in South Haven with 64,000 points. And in 3rd place, it's Sin Bob over at Corky's Bar in South Haven as well with 70,000 points. And now in 2nd place, it's Loser Dave now. Pretty nice jump. Nice job to Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park. And but they only have a 1,000 point lead over 3rd place. Loser Dave has 71,000 points. Nice job. But in 1st place, it is still Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine, and they have 76,000 points. So nice job to these players in the top 10. You guys are doing good so far. but we do have some location standings to take a look at really quick. So starting it off in these location standings of the Twiking Zone, you earn points for the Twiking Zone every day from 12 to 1 during lunch hour bingo. But starting it off in these location standings, we got in 9th place a two-way tie between Beers Tube in Grove Heights and Miniger Sports Hub in the Crescent. They both have 32,000 points. In 8th place, we got Floppy Crappy over at Pokegama Township with 35,000 points. 7th place is Our Place on 3rd in Faribault with 40,000 points. 6th place is Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards with 54,000 points. 5th place is Poppers in Virginia with 66,000 points. 4th place is VFW Blaine over in Blaine, believe it or not, with 83,000 points. 3rd place is Corky's Bar in South Haven with 110,000 points. 2nd place is VFW Spring Lake Park with 161,000 points. And of course, 1st place is American Legion Fridley with 177,000 points. Nice job to all those location standings and of course to the players as well. You guys are in the top 10s and being the elite of the elite right now. Definitely some awesome stuff. But let's check in with this game really quick of Vikings victory. Let's take a look where we're at. We got 7 minutes and 30 seconds left approximately. And we got in 1st place Chelsea 1 over at Tavern on the Avenue, taking away 1st place so far. Nice job. Still has a ton of plays left. Oh my goodness. 2nd place is, of course, Squidly over at American Legion Fridley. 3rd place is CBLF. 4th place is Johnny 5. And 5th place is Philly. All of them have a pretty decent amount of plays. And in 6th, we got Philly, now dropping to 6th. 7th is Player. 8th is Riri. And 9th is Yippee. All of them in the top 10. Nice job, you guys. But let's take a look at what else we got going on here at Pilot Games. You may be wondering, okay, we got all these bingo games happening all throughout the day. You know, starting it off all the way 12 to 1. We got lunch hour and then ending off with Skull Bingo night all day. We get it. But all during that time, you could be taking a little, some breaks with some E-tabs. E-tabs are a lot of fun. Right now, we're listening to Diesel Freaks. It's really cool. It's kind of like Mad Max mixed up with like Sesame Street and like Garbage Pail Kids and some other weird stuff. It's pretty funny. It's probably one of the more unique, like interesting E-tab games we got here. It's a pretty cool one. I honestly like it a lot. We listen to it a lot on the broadcast. It has some pretty fun music. And yeah, it's a cool theme. I like it. Definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. But if you don't feel like playing some Diesel Freaks, I don't know why you wouldn't. But we have over 50 different charitable E-tab games you can choose from anyways. So you can probably find one you like a pretty good amount. You can play any of them anytime to win huge prizes up to $1,500. All of these games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 and awesome bonus and free play rounds too. So definitely check them out. Let us know what you think. Because we do like hearing your feedback about all the different games we got here at Pilot Games. But now, let me get a little prepped for this one. All right, so we got about 5 minutes left. Just a little warning for you guys. 5-minute warning. We only got 5 minutes, so get your plays out. Try and use up all of them. In the meantime, I got a little bit of music history to jump into. So, what happened on this day in music history? In 2007, we got the Simpsons movie debuting. Early on in the film, a little musical band, a little Green Day actions happening. So Green Day, they pop up early in the film, and they actually sink into Lake Springfield. I don't really remember the context, to be honest. They just did. So I remember seeing this kid as a little kid going with my grandparents, I think. So let's see, Green Day. I want to look up what exactly the content, like why did they sink into Lake Springfield? Was it just because they wanted to? Like, what was going on with that? Okay. So, yeah, no, they straight up just are in the middle of the lake. So the raft, oh my goodness. Somebody actually said, in the scene in the Simpsons movie in 2007, when Green Day sinks into Lake Springfield, the raft they're standing on is actually a metaphor for the rapidly declining quality of both The Simpsons and Green Day following the film's release. Okay. That might be true. It's a little mean though. That's just, somebody says this is just too insightful. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's pretty funny stuff. But yeah, no, they're just on a raft. Oh yeah, so they played a concert on a barge floating into Springfield. That's pretty funny. Okay, well, hey, on this day they sunk into that lake. On this day in history, though, in 1984, we got Prince starring in a certain film called Purple Rain. This movie, in which he plays as an upstart musician who clashes with his band, parallels his life story, but is not strictly autobiographical, and he didn't write or direct it, which adds on to the not autobiographical part. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. I mean, Purple Rain was a fun movie. I remember watching it a very long time ago. I haven't really watched it recently, though, so I don't really remember a whole ton about it. But I love the album. I love the cover to the album, too. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty cool one. I have a shirt with it on it, too. But let's see, Purple Rain. I want to look up a little, okay, there we go. I got a little something. So it's a 1984 American rock musical drama film. That's awesome. Rock musical drama. Come on. If any movie has that, leading up to it, I am watching it. It's not even a question. But obviously, it was scored by and starred Prince in his acting debut. It was developed to showcase his talents. It contains several concert sequences featuring Prince and his band, The Revolution. The film is directed by Albert Magnoli, who later became Prince's manager. And it was from a screenplay by Magnoli and William Blinn. The cast also features Apollonia Cotero, Morris Day, Olga Carlatos, and Clarence Williams III. It was pretty cool. And principal photography took place almost entirely in Minneapolis. That's pretty awesome. The film features many local landmarks, including the Crystal Court of the IDS Center, the First Avenue nightclub. And that nightclub was actually paid $100,000 for the club being used during filming. It was closed for 25 days because of it. Also, some of the scenes of First Avenue were shot at the Wiltern in Los Angeles. Interesting. But it ended up grossing over $72 million worldwide. And that was compared to the budget of the movie being $7 million. So, I mean, they multiplied the budget by tenfold. That's insane. That's pretty crazy stuff. That's impressive. Oh, hey. What? No way. That is insane. So producer Nikki actually letting me know Morris Day was actually one of our PyCon musical guests before. She thinks it was the first year that we had PyCon. That's insane. That is really, really cool. Man, that's awesome. Man, we keep getting super cool musical guests every year. This is really, really cool. Yeah, but of course, Morris Day, that is awesome. Obviously, best known as the lead singer of the time. That is really cool. Huh. Yeah, and he was a former bandmate with Prince as well. That's really cool. Wow, I didn't know that we had Morris Day on. That's pretty awesome. But of course, Purple Rain coming out on this day. So happy birthday to Purple Rain. That's some pretty cool stuff. Ended up being one of his really good albums too. So awesome. I love the soundtrack. And the movie was cool too. I'll probably have to watch it soon though, just because I don't really remember it. I do remember the musical sequences very well though. But of course, that was all of our musical history today. So definitely some good stuff going on. But we only have a few seconds left in this game, so be sure to use all the points you have left that are available to you. Oh, Oma only has half of their points used. Man, oh my goodness. Ooh, you probably could have gotten into first place pretty easy. I'm gonna be real with you for a sec. Oh my goodness. But hey, it's okay. You got into the top 5. That's the accomplishment. That's what you want. Not a big deal. But in first, we got Player. Second was Harnan. Third was Chelsea 1. Fourth was Brent. And fifth was Oma. That's currently, okay, yes, there we go. That's the final countdown. We got Player over at Foxy's in Park Rapids, taking away $128. Nice job to you, Player. But of course, we actually do have the winners from last game as well for the Lucky Sevens game. We had Riker over at All Star Sports taking away the $85 prize. Nice job to you, Riker. Second place in the last game was Squid LV over at American Legion Fridley, taking away $74. Third place was Gavin Ferg over at Trail Stop Tavern, $64. Fourth place was Throbs over at The Woods, taking away $53. And then fifth place was Irish over at Stadium Sports Bar, taking away $43. Nice job to the top 5. But the biggest loser, by the way, was Panda 16 over at South Street Saloon, taking away $32. Nice job to you, Panda 16. But I am going to take a very quick break, so I will be right back. See you guys in a second. And just so you know, Fishing Derby is up next, so be sure to get enrolled. Of course, you do not want to miss out on Fishing Derby. Come on now, Fishing Derby is classic. But I'll be right back. I'll see you guys there.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to...
Hey guys, how's it going? And we are in this game of Fishing Derby. We got about 15 minutes and 30 seconds to go, so definitely get going. get fishing and try and get some of these PGL points, get into the top 10 for these prizes. So definitely some awesome stuff going on in this game. So, but hey, just a quick reminder about all that PGL stuff we got going on. You got to sign up at pgl.world if you want to keep accumulating all these points. So, all of these PGL players you might be seeing around, they compete for points between each other. They have access to insider information, which includes a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great stuff in it, so definitely take note. And not only that, they also get access to the Pilot Player Connect app. Got a lot of awesome stuff in there too. I mean, of course you can get access to the stream, and of course just comment and stuff, and you can talk to other players all around Minnesota. It's some awesome stuff that we got going on there, so definitely check it out. But we do have some other stuff happening with the PGL that you might have already heard about. It is PyCon 2022. It's happening on Thursday, September 15th. We're going back to the Ledge Amphitheater in Waite Park. It's going to be some awesome stuff. We had such a great time out there last year. With Willie Nelson, Famous Dave's Barbecue, and not only just Willie Nelson was there, his son was there too, who performed with him. That was insane. It was awesome. So it was great food, great music, great drinks. It was, a lot of really great people just grouping up in one place. So, obviously it's going to be an awesome time. And the weather was perfect too, just to cap it all off, by the way. It was awesome. It was really, really cool stuff. But we're just continuing, the train this year. It's going to be awesome again. Because we're having the legendary ZZ Top coming out to be our special musical guest. And of course, selling over 50 million records, those Rock and Roll Hall of Famers will be playing their hits at a very special private event just for you guys. Come on out and hear about all of our new products and games from Pilot Games. You can even meet with legislators and hear about some great tunes all at the same time. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's really, really cool stuff. You're going to be able to meet a lot of people at Pilot Games, kind of see the behind-the-scenes stuff a little bit. And, of course, we're going to be able to meet you guys, which is really what I'm excited for. It's going to be really cool just to be able to see a lot of different players like we did last year. And, of course, being able to see ZZ Top is definitely not a bad thing either. But, yeah. Definitely some really cool stuff, and you may be wondering, okay, ZZ Top and being able to, get food and drinks and stuff, are the tickets going to be like $100 or something? No. Registration is indeed free, and it is going to be required for entry, though. So it is basically like a ticket that you don't really have to pay for. But you do need registration, though, in order to enter, just so you guys know. It is mandatory, but we are going to be sending out more registration details soon. So definitely stay tuned to your email, as we will be sending out those details. And of course, if you want them sent to your email, you do have to sign up at pgl.world in order to get all the details of registration and all that good stuff. So keep that in mind. But we do have, how much time do we got left? About 10 minutes and 30 seconds left on the docket, so be sure to use up all of your plays. You do not want to miss out on the rest of those points you could have had. I'm just saying, we've had a couple cases of it happen tonight. I'm not too happy about it. I'm paying attention to you guys a little bit more now, because, come on, you got to be using up all those plays. I want to see you guys succeed. That's all I want to see. But, of course, we do have some new PGL members to talk about, because they did just sign up for a PGL account. So we're going to throw them out a little bit of beginner's luck. Starting it off, we got Keels. Then we have Mom, Mike Chewy, Stein 1380. We got Roland, Rosie, A Kite 1380, Chloe 7, Camp Girl, Crazy Eyes. Okay, a little intimidating. Don't look them in the eyes. But we got Gypsy, Gage, Lilo 7411, DMMC Cabe 33, Bezzy 72 130, and PCS Portsman. All of them joining up with the PGL. Welcome to the crew, everybody. Hopefully we can see some big jackpots out of you guys, or maybe even getting onto those faded PGL standings. And speaking of those standings, I got them right here in front of me. I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of where everybody is at on this top 10 list. And we will be starting off with the players. So, starting it off in 10th place is Chapster over at Moe's. 175,000 points for Chapster. In 9th place was in 3rd place last week, but dropped back to 9th. It's Nixon over at VFW Roseville with 190,000 points. 8th place was Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin with 195,000 points. 7th place is Forget You D over at VFW Austin as well with 202,000 points. In 6th place, we got Devoided over at Roadside with 209,000 points. We got 5th place, Keith at Billy's Rockford with 219,000 points. In 4th place, we got Tavern over at Claremont Pub with 222,000 points. Let's see. Now in 3rd place, we got Bergar over at Rusty Nail Thief River Falls with 230,000 points. In 2nd place, we got Keeves over at Clearwater Corners with 246,000 points. And in 1st place, we got Diesel over at Eagle St. James with 249,000 points. But let's take a look at where we are in the Fishing Derby now. All right, I'm going to wait and see what we got going on in the top 5. It looks like in 1st place, we have Say No over at Howie's Sports Bar for now. They have the 1st place spot. But in 2nd, we got Cobber 89. 3rd is Dell. 4th is Pags. And 5th is Kevin. All of them, except for Cobbs, have a pretty decent amount of plays left to get into. Cobber 89 for now is in 1st place, but almost out of plays. So we're going to have to see if they can keep it up in 1st. But no, not looking like it. Say No quickly reclaiming that 1st place spot. And Cobber 89 for now is in 2nd. Used up all of their plays. We're going to have to wait and see how that turned out for him. It looks like they're going to have a spot in the top 10, though. Everybody else is under 30,000 points with a little bit of plays left. So it's going to be pretty insane if Cobber were to fall. But I don't think Cobber will fall that much, though. I don't know if they'll even fall out of the top 5. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But Say No is looking pretty good right now. I'm not going to lie. It has a lot of plays left in 1st. But now that we know where everybody's at, and we do have about 6.5 minutes left. I'll say that right now. 6.5 minutes is left. So be sure to use up all of your points before we end off this game. I don't want you guys leaving extra points lying around. Now, getting into the location standings of the PGL. Let's take a look at who we got. In 10th place, we got Our Place on 3rd and Faribault with 623,000 points. 9th place, we got MC's Dugout in St. Cloud with 638,000 points. 8th place is Billy's Rockford with 656,000 points. 7th place is Rusty Nail Thief River Falls with 679,000 points. 6th place is Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato with 684,000 points. 5th place is VFW Northfield with 898,000 points. 4th place is Miltona Liquor Store with 915,000 points. 3rd place is Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 966,000 points. 2nd place is Mabel Liquor Store with 1,228,000 points. In 1st place is Poppers in Virginia with 1,258,000 points. Able to dominate the standings so far, but hey, Mabel Liquor Store is not too far behind. But of course, good job for all those players and locations. Definitely some awesome stuff going on in those PGL standings. But we do have about 5 minutes left now for this Fishing Derby game, so keep that in mind. Looks like Cobber 89, hey, still in the top 5 in 3rd place. Nice job, Cobber. Ooh, hey, we got a new 1st place person. GRNWNV over a double wide. Coming out of nowhere, actually. I don't think they were in the top 10. They must have gotten a crazy, crazy point total on their last play. Wow. Hey, nice job to, what was it, Green Win, maybe? I don't know. Green Win something. Nice job to you, though. Hey, that is a huge, huge jump in the 1st. Some awesome stuff. Hey, magic happens on a Wild Wednesday, or Twins Wednesday we got going on. It's still I have a little bit of Minnesota Wild news to talk about in a second. Got it mixed up a little bit, but it is a Twins Wednesday right now. So getting into that Minnesota Wild news I was just about to unveil, we have 3 Wild players that have pretty big expectations for this upcoming season. So let's take a look at what we got going on with the Minnesota Wild. So for the first thing that they have on this list for the player big expectations, they have Marc-Andre Fleury. So you might be wondering, okay, why does he have big expectations? This is going to be his first. Oh, okay. I was about to get into some wild stuff, but Nikki actually told me, Nikki checked in and she said about the green win, what I thought it was, some random weird thing that didn't make sense. She came up with, so she thinks it's green with envy. And it totally is. It 100% is. That's pretty clever. I'm not going to lie. Green with envy. Nice job. And a nice name, too. I like it. That's funny. I would never have guessed that. I'm not going to lie. I would never have guessed that. That's really funny. I feel like Nikki's probably really good at Scrabble and stuff. But, of course, we do have some Minnesota Wild news to get into. And I was talking about Marc-Andre Fleury, why he has big expectations for this upcoming season. So this is going to be his first season without being in that, like, all-star tandem with Cam Talbot and him. So it has a lot of implications for, okay, how many games is he going to be able to play? How is he going to be able to keep up with the wear and tear at this age, in his career? And is he going to be able to be that number one for the Wild? And I'm going to be honest. I think yes. I think yes to all of those things. I think he's going to be able to keep up with the wear and tear. I think he's going to be good, and I think he's going to fulfill everything we need at the starting goalie spot. But it doesn't change the fact that there's still a lot of big expectations upon him. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing to have big expectations, but he does. He has a lot of expectations on him. So definitely some stuff to think about going into the season with Marc-Andre Fleury, especially considering we don't have a very the dude we traded for Cam Talbot. I forgot his name. I want to see really quick. Philip Gustafsson. So he's a little young, and I don't think he's very much proven, but I think he's pretty good, though. I've heard good things about him. I'm not too familiar with him. He was with the Ottawa Senators, I think so. Let me check on that really quick, just to make sure. Yes, he was with the Ottawa Senators. It looks like interesting. Okay, it looks like he was playing some AHL games too. Okay, interesting. He's 24 years old. Okay, so he's still pretty young apparently. Okay. That's an interesting dude that we got. He only played about 16 games last season. Yeah, last season for the Senators. He had pretty decent stats, though. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. No, he had pretty decent stats, at least on paper. It looks pretty good. So, okay. Philip Gustafsson, he's going to be interesting. I know a lot of people have I've heard a lot of buzz around him. I just haven't really seen any, that he's very proven. That's the one thing, that he's not super proven. So, a lot of expectations lumped onto Fleury because of that, though. But, of course, we do only have about 10 seconds left in this game, so be sure to get out any extra plays you might have. But, of course, we have a couple other players that have some big expectations, too, like Fiala's replacement, whoever that's going to be. They're going to be under a lot of pressure. With the top candidate right now is Adam Beckman, but we don't really know going into the season. It's a lot of questions. And, of course, Matt Boldy does face a sophomore slump, too. So, a lot of expectations around him as well, and a lot of pressure on him, too. So, he really doesn't want to have that sophomore slump. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes about it going into his second year. But we do have a winner It is Green with Envy over at Double Wide in Newmarket, taking away $69. Nice job to you, Green with Envy. In second, we got Say No. Third was Dell. Fourth was Pags. Fifth was Cobber 89. Let's take a look who we got in the rest of the top 10 as well. Sixth was Kevin. Seventh was Painter. Eighth was Fast Eddie. And ninth was Detso. Nice job to all of you winners on this game. But yeah, so I was talking about the Minnesota Wild, and those are all the different things that we have going into this game. So it's going to be interesting stuff. But as you guys know, we've teamed up with the Minnesota Wild. You can play the E-Tab game we teamed up with them for Minnesota, not Minnesota, but Let's Go Wild today at your favorite Minnesota bar. Definitely some awesome stuff. Check it out. Let us know what you think. But I'm going to be right back before this last game of the broadcast. Of course, you know it. Jackpot Jungle, the 25-cent edition. We got over, how much money we got on this? $14,292. That's before people are getting enrolled, by the way. You can see it's going up a little bit. It's going up a little bit. So, hey, definitely get enrolled. You do not want to miss out on a chance at this one. 52 balls or less to win. I'll be right back in time to see you guys in this game.
Charlie Sports Bar and Grill, and B. Wana over at Otter Saloon, both with 6,000 points. With 7,000 points in 8th place, we have a two-way tie between Kirby over at American Legion Fridley and Slappy over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. 7th place is FJB over at Tankers Bay Bar and Lanes with 8,000 points. 9,000 points for the 6th place player, Tesla over at Friends Bar and Restaurant. 3rd place is a three-way tie between Wolfstein at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, Jay Surma over at Grumpy's Bar and Grill in Roseville, and Crazy Kid over the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45. They all have 10,000 points. With 11,000 points in 2nd place, we got O. Lars over at Onamia Vets Club. And in 1st place, we have Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 22,000 points.
All right, well, I'm going to hop right into these location standings. And starting off strong in 9th, we have a tie between Friends Bar and Restaurant in St. Cloud and Dugout Bar and Grill in Bethel. They both have 9,000 points. Then in 8th place, we have VFW Coon Rapids with 10,000. 6th place is yet another tie between Country Lounge in St. Paul and Mabel Liquor Store in Mabel. They both have 11,000. Then with 13,000 points in 5th place, it's American Legion Fridley. 3rd place is yet another tie with Onamia Vets Club and Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop. They both have 23,000. Then in 2nd place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park with 28,000. And in 1st, we have Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 53,000 points so far.
Definitely some crazy stuff in those Jackpot Hunter standings. And we're only heading into our 2nd week of Jackpot Hunter games. So make sure you guys are coming out from 4 to 6 to earn those points as well as cash prizes.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our school.
Hey guys, how's it going? And we are in this last game of Jackpot Jungle, the 25-cent edition. We got players 4 balls away from the line prize, $36 on that one. And of course, the large M has the same prize. And on the coverall jackpot, we got over $14,530 available for you guys in 52 balls or less to win. So definitely some awesome stuff to get into on this game. But I do have a little bit of something to get into regarding last game, and we got some winners from, we got some winners from the Fishing Derby. So it looks like we got a little bit of a jackpot situation going on. Before I get into it, though, I'm going to get into who won in the top 10 of Fishing Derby. So in first place, it was Green with Envy over at Double Wide with $69. Nice job. Second place was Say No over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill with $62. Third place, also winning $62, it was Dell over at Winners in Cold Spring. Fourth was Pags over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill, taking away $55. Fifth was Cobber89 over at Boxcar Bar with $41. In sixth place, we had Kevin over at Valley Lanes, taking $41 too. And just so you guys know, everybody else on the list is winning $41, just so I don't have to say it every time. In seventh place, Painter over at Johnny C's. Eighth place was Fast Eddie over at Don's Corner Bar. And ninth place was Detso over at Booney's Bar and Grill. Nice job to all of you top 10 winners. But we also had a smallmouth jackpot go out to Harley over at Clancy's on Island Lake and Justine over at Dugout Bar and Grill in Bethel. They split that smallmouth jackpot of $169. So split between the two of them. Nice job, you two, winning that smallmouth jackpot. But, of course, we do have balls continuing to drop on this game. And we had Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon take away the line prize at $36. Nice job to you, Big Dog. But now, we do have the large M to get after. We're 16 balls drawn. So we'll have to take a look, see who can get close to that large M. And potentially that coverall jackpot at 2. But, of course, we do have a little bit of a reminder to talk about. Just a little reminder, when you guys are playing Pilot games, share those pictures with us. Whether you're winning a huge jackpot, taking a huge smiling picture, or just hanging out with your friends and family, or even maybe playing some games with your favorite bartender too. Definitely take a picture, send it in to us. We love getting all of those Pilot games players, all their pictures and stuff. It's awesome. You can send us pictures of you playing with your friends or your favorite bartender. You can share your pictures on Facebook or by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. So definitely some awesome stuff, and I'll share a little Pilot Games pic or a player picture right after this game to end things off right, because come on, we all love seeing all the player pictures around here. It's awesome. Love seeing people winning all across Minnesota. But in the meantime, we got this game to get into, and of course some more prizes to get into as well. And I got a little bit of Vikings news to talk about, so let's get right into it. So we got the fiercest fantasy-relevant battle with tight end Irv Smith Jr.'s targets. And obviously, there's really no question that Smith will be the Vikings starting tight end only a year after suffering a season-ending right knee injury. And we know how much Cousins likes targeting tight ends. Since he became a full-time starter in 2015, he actually ranks number 4 among quarterbacks in tight end targets. But, thinking about other stuff, Kirk Cousins does have a lot of mouths to feed. From receivers Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen to the running back Dalvin Cook. Training camp will give us our first glimpse at understanding how O'Connell and Cousins will end up dispersing the ball, all while working in another player with the playmaker Kenny Nwangwu. So it's going to be interesting. We got a lot of talent, we got a lot of good players, and we got a pretty good quarterback with a good coaching staff. Right now, it's just kind of the thing, can we figure it out? Can we figure out how to put everybody on the field? Can we figure out what to do once everybody's on the field kind of thing? Right now it's kind of a game of just setting the pieces where they need to be. We have all the pieces. It's just now how do we use them going forward? So it's pretty interesting. It's going to be a really fun training camp. I feel like it's going to be a fun process, getting everything settled in and kind of figuring out what everybody's role is with this new coaching staff in place now. So yeah, I'm excited though. I think we're going to see a lot of cool and very exciting games at the very least from this Vikings team. And I know they will be a very entertaining team to watch at the very least. So yeah, if we're not competing for a Super Bowl, I have a feeling it is going to be a very dynamic team either way. So with that said, as you guys know, we here at Pilot Games have teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings for the E-Tab game, Vikings Victory. You can pick out a letter in that skull bonus and you can win some big prizes. Definitely check it out. We love hearing you guys' feedback about all of our games here, so definitely don't be afraid to let us know how you feel about Vikings Victory and the rest of our E-Tab games too. But of course, we do have some celebrity birthdays to get into. And we got some interesting ones to get into, to be honest. We got a lot and a pretty large variety of just random people, to be honest. Obviously, not like random, they're celebrities, so like a lot of people know them, but just like all over the place, like, to be honest. So it's some interesting stuff, but I'll start it off so you guys know what I'm talking about. In 1881, we got Hans Fischer, a German organic chemist known for winning the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1930. So happy birthday to Hans. In 1906, we got Leo Durocher, American Baseball Hall of Fame shortstop. He was an all-star in 36, 38, and 1940. Won the World Series in 1928 and 34. Let's see. He was also the manager for the World Series 1954 New York Giants, and also a coach over the LA Dodgers when they won another World Series. So, hey, he is very used to winning. Definitely some really cool stuff. Happy birthday to Leo Durocher. But up next in 1938, you probably haven't heard this name before. It's Gary Gygax, or Gary Gygax. I don't know. He's an American role-playing games creator, and you may be wondering, role-playing games creator, who is famous for that? He made Dungeons & Dragons, and he's also a fantasy author because of it. He penned a lot of different stories for, so in Dungeons & Dragons, basically, most of the time, you follow, like, an initial, like, adventure. So he penned a lot, or authored a lot of these random fantasy adventures that you can start out with and kind of play through. So it's pretty cool. And I wouldn't be surprised if he probably just made fantasy, like, stories on his own as well, just like books and stuff too. But hey, some pretty cool stuff. I know Dungeons & Dragons, you might think like, oh, hey, that's a big nerdy thing. And it is. It is so nerdy. It's like one of the nerdiest things ever, and I love it. But a lot of people in the military love Dungeons & Dragons too. It's like huge in the military, actually, especially in the Navy. You know, being at sea all the time, you kind of need something to do and something to like keep up and build on as well. And this Dungeons & Dragons is great for that. Also, one of my friend's dads. He was super into Dungeons & Dragons because one of his buddies actually got him into it when they were overseas in the Marines. And he got super into it, and he actually kind of ended up teaching me and my friend a little bit about it too. So it is pretty cool. Dungeons & Dragons is a lot of fun. And I gotta say, it's fun especially when you're playing with like really close like people too that you know and can just kind of hang out with and not take it too seriously. But we do have a winner. We got Dolly Kenya over at Matt Jackson, Tommy C over at American Legion Fridley, and Pags over at Howie Sports Bar. All of them splitting up the large M. Nice job to you guys. But we did unfortunately move past that jackpot. We are now on the must go of $54. And hey, we got it. It's Chelsea 1 over at Tavern on the Avenue in St. Paul, taking away $54 on the coverall prize. Nice job to you, Chelsea 1. That is not a bad way to end off the night at all. Definitely congrats. But we do have something super important to get into regarding the end of this stream. And it is, of course, our player spotlight. And as you guys know, we spotlight a different player every week. And this week it is Towley over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards. When they won a jackpot over $18,000. It was the biggest jackpot of the weekend. When they won that jackpot, they actually supported a great charity, the Competition Cheer Spirit Booster Club. And their mission statement is to support competition cheer in the Coon Rapids area. So it's some awesome stuff going on with Towley and that great charity as well. But I do have, before we, file out and everything, I do have a really, really cool player picture to show you guys, because we do have one loaded up right now, and it is, oh, I'm sorry, I have it right here. It is, there it is. Okay, it is Eric and Matt, a.k.a. Towley, over at CR Billiards, winning over $18,000, that same exact jackpot that I just highlighted. So definitely some really cool stuff. We'll get to it in a second, just as soon as we get out of this, into the enrollment period, I mean to say. Sorry about that. Stumbling all over my words, just confusing everybody. Okay, yeah, definitely some awesome stuff here. Let's take a look if I can get it out now. Oh, won't let me show the picture in this scene, but that's okay. We will be highlighting the picture tomorrow too, so definitely some really cool stuff going on. But of course, have a nice night, everybody. And remember, when you guys play Pilot games, your community wins. Have a nice night, everybody, and enjoy the rest of that Skull Bingo we got coming up soon.
Sunday from 12 to 1 to try your hand at that Twins bingo. Hey guys, and we have had a great start to season 12 so far. We have given out a whole ton of jackpots, just 14 over the past weekend, making it 27 for the rolling week and 41 for season 12 so far.
Yeah, and let's get right into the weekend. As Friday, we had Erbra over at Ponchos and Lefties taking home $1,030.
Nicely done. Next up, we had T-Bone over at Charlie's Bar, who took home $1,133.
Then Jer 5 over at the Country Lounge took home $917.
Nicely done. And then longtime player Fred Trisha over at Moe's got to take home $615.
Then Nicole 1239 over at Welsh's Big Ten Supper Club taking home $1,033.
Yeah, split up a nice big jackpot with Slappy over at American Legion Fridley, who also got to take home $1,033.
And then that final jackpot on Friday went out to DM Team over at Roosters 2, taking home $1,057.
Nicely done. And then Saturday got started off right with Wolfstein over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, who took home $759.
And then the largest jackpot of the entire weekend, of the entire season 12 so far.
Oh, yes.
We got Tesla over at Friends Bar and Restaurant, who took home $34,850.
Wowie, nicely done, Tesla. But next up, we also had What's Our Name over at Halfley's Bar, who took home $678.
And then the final jackpot of Saturday went out to Susie Q over at VFW St. Cloud, taking home $837.
Nicely done. But Sunday got started off right with Yup over at Bleachers, who took home $11,927.
Not bad for a second largest jackpot of the weekend. We also had White Claw over at Blue Moon Bar and Grill, taking home $739.
That's right. And our final jackpot that went out this past weekend went out to Foster Fam over at Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, who got to take home $878.
Well, make sure you guys are coming out for all those games to make sure you're winning jackpots, getting on this list. Make sure you're signed up at pgl.world so we can be sending out you guys all that information. And hopefully when you guys are playing Pilot games, your community wins.